customers going to be retiring that are business owners and they want to hand it over to someone like Mike, right? They want to hand it over to one of you and say, hey, and if you don't help them grow their business and sell their business, guess what's going to happen? Not that we don't need people to work at Home Depot, but when I see that trades guy in the aisle, John, and he looks like he's about 85, carpal tunnel in his hands, hunched over some, walking down the aisle, putting switches in the bin, I say to myself 30 years ago, I don't think this guy woke up one morning and said, man, in my life when I grow up, I want to work at the aisles of Home Depot when I'm 85. I don't think Tommy ever said that. Now, we need someone to do it, but he's doing it because his 401k went away. Do you get it? Right? 2008 came in. Like, you know these things about 401k, right? They sound really great as long as you don't retire when the market's completely dumped. That's what I always tell my financial advisors. They say to me, oh, well, Mike, in 35 years. I said, okay, but let's say 35 years, my money's in a 401k and we hit a Great Depression. What happens to me? He goes, well, there's up times and bad times. I'm like, when I'm 85, I can't have no bad times, right, John? Like, there can't be no bad times when I'm 85. I need money making money so I can support my life, my family, my health. Give me a boom in the chat bar. Is this resonating? All right, let's get into strategies here. Lead generation strategy. I'm just going to give you the big ones to put in place today that are going to give you an instant return, okay? Affiliates. It's one of the most affordable, predictable lead generation strategies they are. Now, what are they? Everybody you know, well, I did it here, didn't I? I did it here. I introduced you to Mike for insurance. I introduced you to the CFO company, Gaines. I introduced you guys. Why? Because they're good people. I know them. I'm referring them to you. So my question is, and I always believe this, if you want people to refer you, you should refer them first without asking anything in return. Does that resonate? Type in resonate in the chat bar. So affiliates why are they so affordable? Because and I love affiliate programs where, okay, so John or Mike says, hey, I'm going to send you a client. I'm like, perfect. Well, I'll give you a percentage of it. You know why? I have to pay Facebook marketing and Google marketing and YouTube marketing. I have to pay all you guys. I got to pay those services. So I might as well give you the money because you brought me the lead, right? So here's the thing. How many affiliates do you have of people that are referring you? If you have under 20, you don't have a good program. Take a guess. How many are you at? 2, 3? Maybe it's like every blue moon, the painter does, the car dealer does, maybe the doctor does, the dentist does. Now you have a huge opportunity because for most of you, realtors, and Mike, did you raise your hand to speak? Unmute yourself real quick. Say hi to everybody. Oh, you're muted, my man. Try now.
Okay, hi. Hi, everybody. Hey. My name is Mike McDonough, as Mike mentioned. Mike, I just want to share with you, this is a big topic for me because I have a huge network that I refer to. Yeah. And even though I don't get business back from them, I still refer to them because they're the best resource for my clients. My clients appreciate the fact that I bring them to them, that they don't have to go Google for experts. So we're taking care of a lot of headaches for those people. But like you say, if I think I have around 20 in my network, but I'm not getting it back. So I don't know, like you say, is my program, it's working from that end, but I don't expect anything back and I don't get things back. But I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Well, great question. And thanks for asking it. You did just get back. I just referred you to a whole bunch of new people in my world.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you gave, the universe said, thank you. What a kind guy. And you didn't ask me to say that. I just did it. Do you see? So you don't know where it comes from. And sometimes, when you try to do, see, there's a bunch of people. I don't like to do business with people that keep score because, like, it's not a scoring game, it's a caring game. But a lot of industries and companies, Mike, they made it a scoring game. I gave you, you didn't give me. I give because if I'm in a store or there's somebody in need or someone comes to my house, you're going to eat, right? Because I give. I'm a servant of the world, right? And that's what I do. So long as you keep doing that, that's why you're successful where you're at today. Make sense? Okay. All right, everybody. So affiliates, key. If you don't ask, you can't receive. So it's okay to ask. Hey, I'm wondering, who do you know? Who do you know that I might be able to serve or help, right? All right, let's go to the next strategy here. Social influence. Now, I'm going to tip my hat a little bit. I finally had my arm bent. Matt Boyley, my arm was bent. Enough people have been coming to me saying, Food Dog has to solve the marketing problem in the world. People, it's brutal. We don't know how to create influence online. We don't know how to do posts. We don't know copy. We don't understand all the pieces. So just a little tip, Mike, you're hearing it way early. In January, we're going to be doing a 3-day marketing training. You know why? Because I'm so fed up with what I see out there. But social influence is what I want to give you today. Social influence. Social influence is your ability not to market, but to connect to people through a vehicle, to connect. And the more that you can connect to people, okay, the more they'll pay attention to you. Now, you guys, some of you heard this, but you're going to hear it again. The knowledge business is going to be useless. The knowledge business. We're going to be in the business of wisdom. Every one of you, your greatest superpower in the next 10 years is going to be your wisdom. If your wisdom's not high, your value to the world and the market's going to be low. Why? Well, it's what Josh said, right? I could just go to the computer and the computer's pretty much smarter than you. So why should I talk to you? I'll talk to the computer because the computer has endless knowledge. It has endless knowledge. What the computer doesn't have is wisdom. It can't see your expressions. It can't feel your emotions. It can't connect all the dots because you'd have to be able to tell the history. That's why someone said to me, they said, Mike, you have coaches for you and your team? I'm like, of course. Anybody that coaches doesn't have a coach is not a coach. They think they know everything. And they say, but you've been with this coach a decade. He's with me through 2 companies I sold. He's with us now. They're like, why are you with it? I said, because wisdom comes, ready everybody? Wisdom comes from knowing somebody over time. Mike, over time. Wisdom doesn't come from a short period. That's why I tell people, when you're in my world, the longer you're in my world, the more wisdom I know for you. How have I been able to help these guys become decamillionaires? Because a lot of them have been with me 10 years. I know how they think. I know their patterns. I know what's important to their children, to their relationship. I know when they're triggered. I know when they're falling off the track. And I just go back on the track. And then they go, Mike, I looked at my bank account. I sold my company. There's 30-something million in it. I go, exactly. Thank you for not losing connection because it's the only way I've been able to have wisdom for you. Otherwise, in the beginning, if I'm working with one of you, I have to figure it all out. That's why VIP experiences, like total immersion experiences, you get to know a lot of people really fast. When they're not experienced, it takes a little longer to do it. Is that making sense? Give me a boom in the chat bar. So we're in the wisdom business is what you want. Social influence. Every one of you, no matter what you're going to do, unless you're going to retire and sit, dribble all over yourself and fish, which is okay if you want to do that. It's not my game. You need to raise your social influence. You have to show up to the world, but not show up saying anything. Say what's going to impact somebody. You got that? Say what is going to impact somebody. What do they say? Don't talk to their head, talk to their heart. That's what social influence is. Now, if you have social influence, I've created a lot more social influence this year because I was focused on a lot of, I have groups that we run, legacy members, and Mike knows he's in our legacy program. Brendan, I've been putting so much focus on them saying, look what's coming, get ready, making connections with them with different experts they would never have connections with, right? But now I came out and what social influence is doing, every week I'm on a podcast. I'm not asking to be on it. They're coming to me. Why? I'm talking to people's hearts. And I don't care where you're at in your business. If you're a startup, all of you should consider doing this. Now, I know some of you, you're like, I don't want my grandmother to see my crappy cookies. Well, don't put them on Facebook then. But I will tell you, if you want to see how to make a pizza, talk to my man Mike there, because me and my wife were talking about his pizzas. Actually, we wanted to know if you could make a gluten-free one, Mike, because we don't need gluten. All right, number 3. Ready? Are we tracking? Can you type in value in the chat bar? Type in value. Next strategy. Marketing. I got to give you a big bracket piece to at least get you started. I'm going to make it as simple as I can, and we're going to go a little bit longer here. Marketing is, ready, Lisa? What happens before, what happens during, and what happens after. A friend of mine taught me that, Dean Jackson. He said, it's what happens before, what happens during, and what happens after. Marketing is starting a connection between people, between companies. That's what marketing is. It's making a resonation that I think I'm interested in this. I think I want this. Do you guys want a brilliant marketing strategy? Type in brilliant in the chat bar. If you don't know how to spell it, just say yes, because I always wonder how many L's are in it. So remember what I said about my spelling, everybody. Okay. I was at Staples today, which was not my funnest experience because everybody seems to have waited last minute to get all their shit for their kids for school. So they seem to all be there with me. And but what I thought was brilliant is I had to return something from Amazon. And Amazon says, well, you could return it to Staples. And I knew I had to go to Staples anyway because we have these events coming up and we have books and folders and specialty printouts and all kinds of stuff for people that are coming. And so I went and handed the box to return, and the woman gave me the receipt, and underneath the receipt, John, said 15% off anything in the store today. Now, okay, I might as well go buy a $300 ink cartridge for the Hewlett-Packard thing, right? Because now I have this thing. So what did they do? I went in to return something to get credit, brought it to a place. They gave me a discount, which now moved me to spend money. Every single one of you should be doing that right now, no matter what business you're in. $10 off your next order, 10% off your next one, $10, 10%, $50 if you use this in the next 30 days. Can somebody put a little money at symbols in the chat bar? It's brilliant. There's no lack of strategies there right there. There's only lack of you knowing if it's the right time and the right place to do it, right? So the before is, let me tell you kind of what's happening. The during is the marketing of the transaction, what we're doing, and the after is the follow-up. It's the follow-up. So if Lisa does a massage and when she's done the next day, they didn't buy a package from her, or they didn't, book the next 12, or they didn't buy the oils thing, she calls them, hey, I wanted to check in how you're feeling today. By the way, we do have a promotion. Forgot to tell you yesterday, it's this. If you'd like, I'll just send you a quick link and I'll have it here next time you come in. Right? So there's always something, right, Lisa? It's like, hey, your next visit, we now have, it's a small little upgrade, but we have this special warming thing now. We have this special walk that there's always something special that someone goes, yeah, I want that. I want that. So that's the after part. So before, during, and after. In my service company, what we did before was I said, we're coming out for a plumbing problem. What I'd like you to do is I'm going to send you, Diego, you ready for this, everybody? I'm going to send you, Mrs. Jones. We're going to email you a checkoff sheet. This checkoff sheet is a great checkoff sheet to use before our expert comes to the house, Mike. And it's going to be things like, did you look underneath the sinks? Did you check your sump pump? Did you check your gutters? Is your panel box not crowded with stuff? And we want you to do that. And the reason why, Lisa, we want you to do that, because when our expert comes, whatever you check on that list of concern, our expert's going to look at it for free for you. Okay? It's going to do it for free. Is that good? Is that good, Lisa? We're going to do that? She's like, yeah. Okay, I just emailed it to you. Could you, John, check your email right now and make sure you got it? Yeah, I see it. Okay, just hit print on it. And if you want, you can just look at it on your cell phone and make any notes. Our expert will be there tomorrow, this time. Now, see, you only have to sell people shit when you didn't prepare them just to buy what they need. You don't have to sell people stuff. You have to educate them on what they don't even know. Is this powerful? Can you type in powerful? Because I don't even know if I'll share this replay because there's so much value in this thing. It's incredible. All right. So that's the before, during, and after. All right. Let's go to another one here. We'll call it emotional connection. Emotional connection, Tom. There's a couple types of emotions. And let me share it with you. I'm going to give you high level. Those of you coming to Speaker Impact, we'll go in depth on this. Lisa, we'll go in depth on it. Emotions is first, I have my emotions. How am I feeling today? What am I doing today? How am I functioning today, Matt? Then there's my client's emotions. What state are they in? Cheryl, when I was teaching martial arts, one of the first thing I did before we started class was check the emotional state. You know why? Because if someone shows up in a bad day, someone slips and gets punched in the head, and I'm like, whoa, oh, don't mind me, bad day. I said, you almost took his teeth out. So I knew I had to regulate quickly. That's the emotion of the client. Then there's the let's just call it community. There's the emotion of what's happening in there globally. It's what's happening on the streets and the roads and in the malls. It's the everybody's emotion. And when you're communicating with people, you need to know this emotional connection. Because if you're really happy and they're really sad, it doesn't neutralize it. It makes them hate you because you're really happy, right? If I come up and your life sucks, you're broke, your business is failing, and I'm like, today is a beautiful day. You're like, F you. F you. Did you see my credit card bill? Right? So I'm bringing you happiness to anger. It doesn't neutral out. It doesn't mix it together, and it's joy for both of us. And we sing Kumbaya. So a lot of you have not figured out one of the most important skills to master. Most important skills. And I like to think if you've been in my world for a while, you've leveraged this skill. It's called human behavior, not human judgment. Human judgment is I'm judging how you're acting. Human behavior is being curious about why did you show up early or late? Why did you dress that way? Why did you say those things? And when you get curious about human behavior, you'll know how to ask those questions, which will create an incredible, I did this when I went to the register. I always like to use language to see what are the results of it. So this one book I had printed before, Lisa at Staples, it's big because my wife's doing this intense training. The $150 book. That's a lot of printing, right? You go to Staples, you're like $150. So I said to the person, I said, hey, I was here earlier. I don't have that thing because I used it damn earlier. They got me to buy shit, John, earlier. And I bought stuff. And I said, I don't have that orange thing. And the guy goes, oh, that's special. And I'm like thinking, I returned 2 things. You gave me one of them. I'm like, okay. So I just said this. If there was like a 20% off of this book, what would that look like? And the guy goes, picks up the phone, calls over there. Hey, we got a 20% code of some kind. And the woman must have said he puts it in and took 20% off. There's just one word. I just wanted to see, am I connecting at a level that the guy goes, yeah, I'll just, now I'm sure you guys know, like selling 2 8-figure businesses, I didn't need to save $20. It wasn't about the $20. That guy, when he gave me that discount, how big do you think he smiled? He wasn't annoyed. Well, shit, John, he's not the owner, right? So he didn't care. He didn't care about the $20, but he was excited. He was so excited. He was able to serve me. And I said, thank you for that. That was very kind of you. And he sat there smiling with these 50 other moms that got their kids by the ear. And he's smiling because he saved me $20. So you don't want to rob people from these experiences. Okay. So that's emotional communication, which you have to do. We're going to go for one more for time, okay? Here's the one more we're going to go for. Belief systems. This is a big one, so buckle up. Belief systems are, and I shared this on the podcast I was on today. Belief systems are generated by your past experiences, everything that was good and everything you perceive not good. So if you were beat as a kid and you were slapped, you were bullied, you were verbally abused, whatever it is, this now has become part of your belief system. Maybe you felt because this happened to a lot of kids. Maybe some of you have done it, so you don't have to feel bad, but you told your kids, oh, use your inside voice. I'm looking, did any of you ever say that, or probably just me? Use your inside voice. And then your kid turns 18 and you go, speak the hell up, I can't hear you. Well, you just told the kid for how long, use their inside voice. So now they have shame to speak up because they've been shamed, right? It's like a kid grabs a big handful of candy on Halloween at a thing, and the mom goes, don't be greedy, just take one. You know what I call the kid that grabs 10 and sells half of them? An entrepreneur. That's what I call that kid, right? But you tell them, don't be greedy, take one. My mom used to tell me when I was a kid, eat all your peas. There's starving children all over the world. Shame, shame. You know what I said to her as a little kid? Mom, why don't you pack these up and mail it to them? That's what I told her. That didn't go over very well. And then I told her the effing dog. I didn't say F at that time. I did, just not in front of mom, because my dad taught me how to curse being an Italian family. I said the dog won't eat the peas. The dog won't even eat the peas, right? So, but all of this has become your belief system. You have to work hard for money. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's hard to come by. It's hard to find good people. No one wants to work late. And you take these belief systems and you've created them into a mantra that reminds you, don't get that. You cannot have employees. And I did not forget, I got a bonus for you guys. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. You're all going to get the link for it. It's a profit book. You're going to freak out. So don't leave. We're going to go for like 8 more minutes and I'll give it to you. But I'm not giving it to anybody that didn't show up. So do not leave. And those of you not on camera, you'll have to at least show me your face for a minute. Like, hey, I'm here. Otherwise, I'm not giving it to you either. All right, because that's part of the game. I got to see your face for a minute. All right. So here we have the belief systems. Your job is to find a way to reprogram the belief system. I don't know anybody that grew a $10 million company with a $1 million belief system. I don't know anybody. I don't. And I don't know anybody that's really good at self-talk of beating themselves up. Who's good at beating themselves up with self-talk? Anybody? Thank you for your honesty. Yeah. I don't know anybody that beats the shit out of themselves. What are you doing? You're a failure. Is this what it's about? Look, not because I didn't ever do it. I did it for so long until life changed. When life changed and I stopped doing it, then I started to get the results that I desired. That's what we'll do at Speak Your Impact, is we're going to rip those limiting beliefs out of your head and out of your soul and like pop in an Iron Man core in there so you could go forward and stop worrying about all this stuff, because what you're playing in your mind is becoming your current reality. If you say that guy's horrible, he'll be horrible forever. And if you say there's no good people, you'll only get the crappy people. I know that happened to me too. All right. Let me make sure there's no other left. Well, culture. All right. Can I talk about culture for a minute? Will you hang on for a minute? Type in culture, because I feel it's worthy. And I'm going to talk about culture. I'm going to give you the gift. And let me give a couple other things here. We'll finish it up. But where am I going for you guys? I'm here for you guys, okay? One, let's put the links in, Aaron. Just if any of you are thinking Speak Your Impact, it's a 2-day training. There's a couple spots left. Just put in the link, fill out the form. We'll see if it's a fit for you. Venture Velocity, the 3-day event. Aaron, put the link in. And some of you that just want to book a time and talk to me because maybe you want to see if there's a partnership or you don't even know what the hell to do with yourself, just book a call with my team. I'll get on with you myself. We'll have a conversation. You'd have to do, if you want the events, you got to do that soon. If you don't want the events and you're going to book a call with me, you're just going to have to wait a little bit because we have a whole bunch of these private events coming up. But I will get on with you. Or you could PM, private message me on Facebook. So you have the links there. And Aaron, put the calendar link in case they need to book a call or something. All right. The other thing is about culture is when people think about culture, they think about just their company. They think popcorn gets it done. I never had anybody that wanted to quit my company, Dan, go, you know what? I was thinking about quitting Mike, but that fucking popcorn, you know what, Lisa? I'm going to stay for the popcorn because he puts extra salt in it. Like, it never happened. It never happened. Popcorn doesn't keep people working in your company. It doesn't. But your company is only one culture. Your family is another culture. And people try to treat it like two cultures. Like you're saving your children from the bad people, right? I say, oh, do you share your experiences from work? They're like, no, I leave work at work. My story, I'm like, oh, you're saving the little children from the bad people? Like, what are you doing? You're not letting the two cultures. So my kids came to my work. They sat there. They watched me have meetings. And now a lot of you know my son. He's 25. He's a business expert, accountability expert. He's helped people become deca millionaires himself. He's 25. Why? Because I didn't keep them out of the culture. Now we have our customers are a culture. So write it down, customers. They all loop. So when we would do, one of my favorite things was, Halloween, we used to give a budget to everybody because we had a 15,000 square foot building. So give a couple $100 to every department and they would decorate the building. And I loved it. Our building for a month looked like a haunted house. It was incredible. And then we would invite everybody, all our service experts, all our employees, all of their children and family would come. They would decorate pumpkins. My kids would decorate it, have like 50 pumpkins there. We would do a safe tour for the little kids and then a haunted, scary tour for the adult kids. And we would invite clients to it. I would invite family to it. My dad would come. My uncles would come because that's a culture. And then your vendor partners. Your vendor partners. people you do business with. They're a culture. So do you see how many cultures there are? And when you combine all these, I just did it today. If anybody is looking for a rock solid financial advisor, I mean, the guy's honest, he's good, he's responsive, he works for Schwab. Some of you met him. I don't know, Mike, if you met him, but anybody at the house, I said to him just before earlier today, his name's Justin. I said, Justin, I got 3 events. He came to one of them last time. Can you imagine? This guy normally wears like, he's nicely dressed, soft hands, John. He's a Italian guy. So he's a good guy, young kid. He's a real deal like us. And I'm like, come hang out at the event, get a little bit of food. He shows up there. Next thing at night, I'm like, come here. You're going to break this board on fire. He's like, what the F is going on here? I said, just come on and do it. Now I tell him, hey, we got some events. Wait, when is it? I'm going to come and stop by. I want him in my world. Write this note down. Whoever is not in your world is confused about your world. Whoever is not in your world is confused about your world, and then they're not aligned. You try to isolate your wife from things, she's confused, she's not aligned. You isolate your vendor partners. They have to see you. They have to, I used to have the people that own the plumbing supply house sit in my truck, not my truck, the work truck. Sit in that van. I'm going to drive it. Listen to the parts. And you know what I told him, John? If you don't put the effing parts in plastic bags, you hear the rattling? That's money being damaged. Do you want me to lose money? No, Mike. No. Okay, well, put it in plastic so they don't rub and break, because I can't sell broken, scratched up shit. But I had him sit in the van with me. Take a ride with me. Come on, let's go. Give me a big boom if this is resonating and there's a lot of power in that for you. A lot of power? All right, let me give you, let me show you what I'm giving all of you that been here. Hey, Nico, nice to see you. Okay, William, hanging strong. All right, this is what I'm going to give you guys here. I'm going to show it to you real quick, and then hold on. I'm going to wish you an amazing night. Okay, let's bring it up right here. You're going to love this thing that we built. It's super sexy. So when you see it, just type in the chat bar like, right? Because it's super sexy here. All right, here we go. Look, Profit Power Playbook. You're going to get this as a gift. This is all the different profit strategies. I hope you're typing in because I can't see it. I hope you're typing it. This is all the profit strategies that you can go check off and put inside your company. At Venture Velocity, we'll go deep on this so you leave with your individual, because there's a lot to pick from. At Venture Velocity, those of you that are coming for the 3 days, we're going to pick the ones and you're going to build your plan, the ones that are going to increase your profit and your scalability fastest. But you guys have a checkoff sheet here. Look, customer relationships, cost reduction strategies, operation efficiency. Oh, we're not done. Maybe give me another in there. Marketing and sales, risk management, strategic planning, innovation and growth, leadership and culture. Is that a great gift, everybody? Type in some love in that chat bar. I hope you guys are typing. All right, I got a lot of love in there. All right, Aaron. And by the way, those of you that don't know Aaron's my wife and I's business partner in Food Dog Group. Thank you for hanging out, Aaron. All right, hey, how do they get this report? Aaron, what are we giving them? All right, that's the link.
That's the link right there. Click on it, download it. It's that easy.
No sharing the link, everybody. It's for you guys. So click the link. Go ahead. Everybody click it. Everybody click it. Okay. Everybody's clicking it. Oh, Cheryl. Man, she's like a machine. She's like, what are you kidding me? Anthony Foster. Hey, nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. All right, everybody. Andrew, Matt, click the link. Click the link. Stuart. When everybody's done with the link, can you say done, please? Can you say done? Because that's going to be the thing for you guys when you're done. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. I'm going to find some music. Oh, that's a good one. We'll play this on the way out when you guys. Oh yeah, we'll play that on the way out for you guys. So you don't go to sleep. You're like all cranked up tonight before bed, sending me Facebook messages tonight. All right, let's see. Done. Thank you. Done. All right. Hey, everybody. I had a blast with you guys. We went a little longer. I hope that's okay. I wanted to keep it a little tighter than our normal ones because I know there's back to school, lots of stuff going on. Anybody interested in the trainings, we'll put the links up one more time. We got a couple spots left. Come hang out with me in person if you can handle that thing and you want to change things. If not, I'm here for you and I love you guys.